Shalom, Grand Rising, Lucio, Polito. This is going to be a quick video. It's not going to be too long, but I kind of wanted to build on the video that I made yesterday, talking about the Nagas, the Naga Maya, so on and so forth. That's what we were known by worldwide back in ancient times. We were known as the Naga Maya people, right? We were the ones who went out there and colonized and civilized foreign lands, okay? And it's even shown in movies, okay? One movie in particular I want to mention, I want you guys to check out. It's an old classic from the 80s. I loved the movie growing up because my dad loved the movie. He was a fan of the genre called sword and sorcery, right? Some of you guys are probably old enough to remember this film called Conan the Barbarian. Very good flick. I love the flick. I even like the second one, but it's not as good as the first one. And in the first one, Conan essentially sets out to destroy this empire that destroyed his village, that killed his mother and his father and his entire village, right? And took him as a slave. Now, this civilization was going out and essentially conquering and civilizing. Well, I'm not going to say civilizing, but conquering different parts of the world. And mind you, this civilization was way more advanced than Conan's civilization. His people were basically like cavemen, essentially. They were like very barbaric. That's why it's called Conan the Barbarian. He was a barbarian, and the civilization that conquered him was more advanced. Now, what's so unique about this civilization is that the people who ran the civilization, the man who ran the civilization, descended from an ancient race of people, very powerful people, who were serpent people, right? And this man can transform himself into a serpent. See, this is how these people know who the hell we are. These people, they know who we are. They know that we're the Naga. They know we're the Naga Maya. They know about the Naga Maya, the serpent people. The serpent kings. They know about us. That's why they put it in movies, and subliminally they're telling us who we are. We just don't pick up on it, of course, because they know we don't know who we are. But the funny thing is guess what? Guess who played the king? Guess who played the last survivor of that serpent race? That serpent race. James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones, the same brother who talks for Mufasa and on Lion King, is the very same person who played the emperor of that empire, right? And in that empire, they had, like I said, with the Mayans, they had a huge respect for serpents. They had a reverence for serpents, and they had snakes all throughout their kingdom and their insignias on their banners. They in one of the temples, they even had a giant snake, which Conan killed towards the beginning of the film. Sorry, I'm not trying to spoil it for you guys, but you guys should really check out that movie. And it's funny because when Karimio first mentioned the Naga Maya people a year or two ago, I had mentioned that to him, and he had liked the comment. So, yeah, I was just thinking about that today. I meant to say it in the video that I made the other day. Actually, I did the first time I made the video. Second time I made the video, I completely forgot about it. But also when it comes to that part of the world, the eastern parts of the world, right? Like India. You know how a lot of their gods are depicted as blue and green? Well, the reason why they're blue and green is because they were whitewashed. And they just kept them that color. How do I know? Because I saw this painting of this deity, this elephant deity in India, right? It was a god. And in one picture, in the picture that was taken of him like in the early 1900s, he was dark brown, like my complexion or darker, right? And then in the modern picture, they have him light skinned. He's like a light brown, orange color, right? And it shows an Indian dude painting with a paintbrush. So you know how if you ever had the book Rush Icons, my dad actually has that book. They talk about iconoclasm in that book and how essentially these Europeans, these white Europeans, they will go through a lot of ancient art of black Europeans and they will deface them by painting them lighter color. They will bleach them and then paint them in a lighter color. That's what iconoclasm is. That also happens in these other countries, these Eastern countries like India. That also happens over there, to where they repaint the people who were there first lighter skin so it can look like them. Like I said in another video, you know, these people who are in these lands, they're not the original people, or at least they're not the people who civilized those lands and built civilizations over there, which is why they didn't know that these temples were up under their lands the entire time. Same thing with over here in the Americas. But anyways, when you look at the original paintings, these temple murals of the Indian people who built these civilizations, they look just like us, Negroes. This is why when you look at some of the statues, the Hindu statues, they have little knots in their hair. Come on, those are neat. When you look at some of the statues that they hide, they have full lips and nose. They look just like a Negro. So there's a reason why they don't show you that stuff. And anything that they do show you, I wouldn't say Europeanized, because they're not making them look like Caucasians, but they're Asianizing them, if you will, making them look like the people who are over in those lands. But anyways, going back to the green skin and blue skin, what I noticed is that in a few of the murals, those that were like faded and bleaching, they went from a dark black skin to a greenish blue color. So I think that they took advantage of them fading and even start bleaching them more and just left them in a green and blue color since they were like deities or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that in the original ones, you could see like them fading, but you could tell that their original skin color in the painting were a dark black brown color, right? And I think that they used maybe like blue paints in there to make them look real dark. You know that old saying of you're so black, you're blue. I think that they were trying to make them so dark skinned that they used like a bluish color in there. So when they start fading, or when these people started to perform iconoclasm on a lot of these murals, they ended up looking very green or whatever, and they just probably just kept it that way rather than just ruining, you know, the murals completely. But anyways, I thought I would share a little bit of that with you guys. You can just Google it and look at the murals over in those Indian temples and see that the people that were depicted in it were originally Negroes. They were really originally dark-skinned people, but then they got lightened up just like everything else in this world that's important, right? But yeah, guys, definitely check out the Conan movie. It's a good movie, man. It's a good little adventure movie. Sorry about that. Phone up here falling, but it's a good little adventure movie. You guys should really check it out, and they got hidden messages right there in that movie.
What on earth could smell so bad?
Do you want to live forever? Second only to Thulsa Doom. They say Thulsa Doom's 1,000 years old. I'll see what's here. Go find out what's below.
So, anyways, guys, that's essentially all I wanted to say. I will talk to y'all later. I love you all. Peace out. Shalom. And may the power of Israel bless you all.